What I love most when a woman invites me onto her wellness journey with her, and literally, like, that's the way how I view it, that someone is taking me alongside with them on their wellness journey to guide them to a healthy and happy weight, and literally just to have a healthy relationship with food, is that I get to see transformation. And I'm not just talking about the aesthetic transformation, like the external, and that's great. But what's the most rewarding thing for me is to see the internal transformation. You get to see one of my longer term clients, Shana, and actually see what her transition and transformation has actually been like working with me.
Hi, everybody. My name is Shana. I am currently in Houston, Texas. That's where I live in the Houston, Texas area. Um, and as far as my other hobbies, because actually I really do, now that I started with Millie, I like working out again, which is great. But my other hobbies,
Working out is a hobby. Yes, I
yes,
love that. I love that.
it's
I
a
love
hobby
that.
now. And I love sleep. I wanted to put both because I wasn't going to skip either one. But workout made the list. I'm just trying to tell you guys that. So,
Good,
no,
good.
okay. Besides that, though, I am a musician by trade. I'm a singer and a songwriter, and I also work for a real estate investment company, and they do several other things, so I help with that too.
Okay,
Um,
all right,
yeah,
cool.
those are my main two things that are taking up my days outside of working out.
All right, there we go. And then obviously, yeah, so you have, you're a professional, you got the desk job, you got the side hustle going on. And then despite all of that, it's been learning how to prioritize yourself, prioritizing your self-care. I love the fact that you're guzzling down the gallon.
Got to do it.
How far are you on the bottle?
I always drank a lot of water because my parents would never let us drink anything but water growing up. But I never really
Okay.
drank a large amount consciously. So when I started trying to do it on purpose, it was a little difficult. And a lot of things, especially when it comes to your fitness journey and stuff like that, might seem really hard to do at first. But what you learn is how to observe yourself enough to figure out a system.
I did a training and I'll post it in the comments. If anybody's interested in watching this on the replay, let me know and I will share that training, some key points on observing and then actually when you observe what it is that you should be doing actually after that as well. So if you're interested in that, just comment below. Let me know if you're interested.
Ooh, okay. So I got a couple places that I really want to bring up because these are my favorite places. So in
Hmm.
addition to working with the fitness part, which you might think of, I also have worked with
Hmm.
really on the nutrition side as well. And so a couple of things that have been absolutely great that I've gotten out of working with Millie on the nutrition side is number one, what she was talking about, that self-observation earlier. We went through
Hmm.
a specific program where it actually did teach us how to start observing ourselves when it came to how our food habits were. And that was, looking back on it, even I was looking back on it a couple of days ago and I was like, wow, look at
Hmm.
all the good habits I have with food and how much better things are. Also, I did do your Fresh Start program, which may or may not come up
Hmm.
later. But one of the great
Yeah.
things that happened with that is I do have several food intolerances and allergies. And because we kind of got the food down to a bare basics kind of thing, I was able to identify
Hmm.
some of my allergens because once we started introducing things back into our diet, it was easier for me to go after I ate that. That reaction was terrible.
There you
Turns
go.
out I've been having a terrible reaction to that this entire time and just didn't know it.
And you had no idea, just
No
having no
idea.
idea.
I had no
Yeah.
idea, man. And it was such a
Yeah.
good moment for me to realize, like, man, these choices that I've been making as far as my nutrition goes, I can, and it makes it easier for me to make more conscious decisions with nutrition going forward too. So I love that part. That's definitely, those have been some of my favorite parts about it.
Knowing
Mhm.
that we've worked together for some time now, talk to me about how much you've actually been able to maintain over the
Okay.
course of your journey. Yeah.
Wonderful. I like talking about that part too. So I do want to just throw out there that, since I began work with Millie a year ago, and I know she may or may not want me to say this, but I've put it as relief. People say lose weight, but
I
somebody
love that.
talked to
I
me
love
about
that.
that. And they were saying, you don't lose anything when you're on a fitness journey. You gain more confidence, you gain more, discipline, you gain a lot of things, a more fit body. And so you're releasing that weight so you can gain some of the better positives that come along with the journey. So
Yes.
as far as
Yes.
that's been, since I've been working with Millie, I have released a little over 60 pounds. Okay. And I'm feeling very great about that. And along with that, I have been able to maintain that for at least, I want to say at least 5 months, maybe 6 months now, where I've been able to
There we
stay
go.
right there. And I love that part. That's something that Millie had to kind of help me out with, because maybe if you're anything like me, one of the things that puts you off from getting started is you feel like it's going to be just like it was before, where you were up and down, you were
Mhm.
yo-yo, and you're not sure you can maintain it. But those mindset changes that we work on, those nutrition habits that you work on, those are things that make it even easier for you to maintain the progress that you get.
What's like your biggest parts of those, those kind of the different parts of the program? There's the group stuff, there's your individual work, and then there's like when we come back together and we're touching bases on stuff. I want to share one.
For anybody who's thinking about, you joining Millie's program, any of her programs, don't fear getting past that point. Because number one, I'm gonna tell you something. If you listen to Millie and you work with her and you're active in your fitness journey, first off, you're going to get some results. So that's not even
Drop the mic. Drop the mic
okay.
right there. Drop
So
the
if you're,
mic.
yeah. So if you're feeling like, oh, but what if I can't? Don't worry, because part of the way that Millie does her program is that she makes sure that you have an opportunity to help change that mindset for yourself, so that when you get those results, you are able to maintain them even through your actions. You're able to make actions that support your own maintenance as far as your fitness journey. So when it comes to the different aspects of the programs that Millie has, I'll say this: I never worked with a fitness coach before now,
Okay.
at all. It never even crossed my mind to do it. Honestly, the only reason I found her, like I said, is because I was at a food thing, so
Right,
it
right
never
place, right
crossed my
time.
mind to do that. But one thing I really love it. I love the extra support. I love being able to talk to somebody who this is their life's work. It's not just like you found them on YouTube kind of thing, but this is what they do. Like, they're here and they're on the earth on a mission to help people improve their lives with fitness. So I love that part. This also gave me an opportunity to do some group things, which I'm very introverted. I'm not always
Hmm.
a group person, but when we got to things like Fresh Start and to put the group component in there, I actually really
Yeah,
enjoyed that. And I found it very, very helpful to do things that way. So it's going to give
yeah.
you that opportunity too, to do that. And then when it comes to other aspects of the app, it's you never feel like you're just on your own with anything. Millie will tell you, there's been a couple of times where I was just like, I cannot seem to figure this out. And, I'm
Hmm.
able to, get some response and get some help with the particular things that I'm looking at or that I'm dealing with
Yeah.
in this journey. So I love that part too.
I love the fact that you said that you weren't necessarily like seeking like a coach, right? Like that wasn't your. First of all, I love the fact how both of us were having this conversation and we're both just like guzzling down this water, right?
It's a habit now.
Yeah,
I
I
can't even
know. I
help
absolutely
it.
love that. It's like you drink, it's like, oh wait, I should drink too, because she's like having a little sip of water. Knowing that you weren't necessarily seeking a health coach, right? How did you feel about that, making that decision? Like, okay, well, I need some help. I need to pay somebody. I need to invest in myself by bringing somebody onto my wellness team to help me. Like, what was that decision making process like for you?
you know, at that time in my life, I had also made another investment in my personal health, and that was in my mental health. So at that
Okay.
time in my life, I was able to kind of look around, and I'll put it this way: I didn't do either one of those things until after I tried your challenge. So when I tried
Mm.
your challenge, that gave me the kind of thing like, hey, this person might really be onto something. And also, maybe trying to go it alone is not always where you're going to get the best
Mm.
results. I'm a very resourceful person. I go about things a certain way most of the time. So it was really, my first thought was, oh, I can just do it myself, or I can just blah, blah, blah. But once I saw, after doing that program, I followed it to the best of my ability for the 5 days.
Hmm.
And seeing the results there, that kind of put the light bulb in my head like, hey, you do know that there are people who this is fun for them. Like, they like to do this. And that's what really got me on that journey of getting, help in both of those areas, and feeling more comfortable to ask for help and seek more expertise.
If you are feeling connected to what Shayna is saying, your journey is similar to hers. Probably you're not really looking for a coach, but you need help. Probably you're in the position where you're super, super resourceful, like she is, and you can go and you can search all of these different things, but it just hasn't quite come together all on your own. This is literally just have a conversation, right? I always say I'm not the right trainer and coach for everyone, and it really depends on really clarifying what it is that you're seeking. If you're looking for some sort of like quick weight loss pill and some gimmicks and some products and stuff like that, we're probably not going to work well together because that's just it's not my philosophy. It's not the way how I work. But if you're ready for a real life change overhaul, and not just externally, look, she heard it from herself. She's maintained 60 plus pounds, right? Maintained it, still moving forward, still progressing, and still making internal changes as well as the external ones. So if any of this connects with you, literally just comment below. Let me know. I have somebody from the support squad reach out to you, and we'll just have a phone call, like an honest conversation, just like how we're having here, seeing where I can kind of like plug some holes for you, and seeing which one of my training and nutrition programs might be a good fit.
I'm looking to get, as things get back to business as usual, I'm looking to get back into sports. I was very athletic growing up, and so I'm
I
interested
love that.
in those kind of things again now that things have calmed down a little bit in my personal life. So I look forward to that. I'm looking forward to, pretty much, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I can have the body that I always dreamed of having, because I know how to get those habits in place that maintain it. The good thing is I have that mindset now where I don't think that there's
Yes.
a quick pill or anything like that that can fix it. It's just I realize now that it's really habits and it's really decision making that supports you getting those results that you really want. Which is why, by the way, I've even put other people onto Millie and they've gotten great
She
results.
sure has. She sure has. You
I
have
keep
sent
trying
me
to tell people, like,
like the
more people.
entire family. I think I work
Yes,
with like, if not all of your siblings. Like, yeah, definitely
I've been
at
sure.
some point. At some point.
I've been
So
preaching
thank
it
you
to
for
other
that.
people, of course, because you know
I
what?
appreciate that.
And here's the thing: it wasn't hard to do because before I said anything out of my mouth, they were looking at me and they were seeing the results. That
Mm,
way. They were just
there
like,
you
"Damn,
go.
what are you doing different?" Like, in some cases, they were asking me, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Let me tell you
Yeah,
what I'm doing and who I'm doing it with." Okay, so you can go
there
try
you
it out.
go. There
That's
you
what's
go.
next. Keeping it real healthy and having the opportunity to enjoy the body that I've been given to the best of
Yes.
by keeping it in
Yes.
the best shape that I'm capable of keeping it in.
So if there's one thing that you could share with the self-care squad community, right? Knowing that these are professional women, busy women, juggling all of these different things, just not prioritizing self. From everything that I've imparted to you
Mhm.
and you have learned to implement in your own journey, what's one thing that you think you could be able to share with them?
I think that the one thing that I would like to share with those women out there who are absolutely doing their best and
Hmm.
to get their goals accomplished in life and live life in the most positive way that they can imagine. I would like to say that sometimes what's standing between you and the results you're looking for is really just one simple action. It's really that simple sometimes. It seems like it should be complicated, and sometimes we want it to be complicated because that keeps us from having to do more work or something like that. Our brains are
Yes,
funny. Brains will do things and
yes,
make things up.
yes,
But
yes.
usually what's between you and what you're going for is just one step. And if that step happens to be Millie, I think you should give her a call. If it happens to be something else, I can't tell you what that is, but
Yeah.
I can tell you that it really is maybe not easy, but it is that simple.
One
Just
step. If you are ready to be next, if you're ready to be the next person that can be in a hot seat, that can be working with me and maintaining goals and still pushing forward just with a different mindset, all you have to literally just comment below, say I'm next. We'll get on the phone and we'll talk about it. Shayna, I cannot thank you more than enough for sitting down and speaking with me today. This has been really great.
Oh, absolutely. I'll tell you what I always tell you. Thanks for being good at what you do and putting the effort in because, it's improving people's lives and I know it's improving my life and I truly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
To book a strategy session with me, all you have to do is click that link down below. You get to see what my availability is, match it up with yours, and choose the best time that works for you. I'm literally going to put aside a full 60 minutes to create a customized roadmap to get you from here essentially to here where it is that you want to be at a healthy and happy weight, reach your health and fitness goals, and simply just learn how to have a healthier relationship with food. As Shana and I obviously discussed, we're both vegans, but the things that work for her aren't necessarily the things that actually works for me. So everything for you will be customized based on your likes, your preferences, to actually get you to where it is that you want to be and teach you how to actually stay there. Continue watching this video to make changes immediately on your wellness journey.